Check ultimateguard.com and find premium quality products for your favorite trading card game. Check video description or visit Ultimate Guard for more. How's it going, guys? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking for the deck in the standard format, and today we're looking at Mega Alakazam-EX. So another deck for the standard format in a Mega Evolution series. So it's gonna be Mega Alakazam, 210 HP Psychic Pokemon with the Zen Force, only attack that he actually have and can use. So the Zen Force for 1 Psychic and 1 Colress energy will go for 10 plus 30 more for each damage counter on your opponent active Pokemon weakness to the Psychics, of course, and retreat only 1. So I think how this card actually has a lot of potential with Stadium like the Magma Secret Base. Then I'm also playing this deck with Absol and Baby Hoopa, simply because I feel how Hoopa with the Hyperspace Punch is a very good card in combination with the T-Magma Secret Base. So let's say you open with a Baby Hoopa Hyperspace Punch and you have T-Magma Secret Base and you're starting first and your opponent simply cannot get Stadium turn 1 in play. You're going to be in huge advantage, you're going to be ready to go with your Zen Force turn 2 without too many problems. So 13 Pokemons, 40 training cards, and 7 energies in total. The lack of Dimension Wally actually makes this deck not that powerful in stroke as it should be, simply because you need to have 2 energies instead of the 1, but I still think how Mega Alakazam have a lot of potential. So 1 Oranguru with the Instruct, especially good for the late game when our opponent actually answers to maybe 1 or 2 cards. 1 Absol with the Cursed Eyes, from nowhere can actually place 3 damage counters from one to the other opponent Pokemon in play, and I simply like it as deck. 1 Hoopa for the Hyperspace Punch for the early game, so we can simply does 20 damage to 2 of our opponent Pokemons in play. And of course, 4 tree line of the Alakazam and Mega Alakazam, and 1 Hoopa-EX for the Scam the Ring, and 2 Shames for the setup. Taking a closer look to the Alakazam-EX will actually tells you that with the Kinesis, we can simply put 2 damage counters to the active Pokemon and 3 damage counters to the opponent benched Pokemon when we evolve from the Alakazam to the Mega Alakazam. Also, Suppression is a good attack because it can put 3 damage counters to all of our opponent Pokemon that has any energy in play. With that being said, let's take a look at the item cards. 2 Devolution Sprays. I managed to find sweet spot with Devolution Sprays. You don't need more than 2 of them, especially with a deck like this, because we already have T-Magma Secret Base and we really don't need to play too many Devolution Sprays, in my personal opinion. But also, Devolution Spray will help a lot. T-Magma Secret Base is going to help a lot versus Garbodors, especially because if the Trubbish is placed on the bench, it's going to take 2 damage counters, and with the Zen Force we can go for 1 hit nugget against Garbodor, so it's not going to be big threat, and we can still use the advantage of Devolution Spray and of course Kinesis when we evolve from Alakazam to Mega Alakazam. 1 copy of Escape Rope, simply good because in some situations it's going to help a lot. It's like a Lysandre, and with the T-Magma Secret Base in play, playing Escape Rope might help a lot, especially because we can force our opponent to promote something with damage from the bench to the active spot, and we can go for the knockout against that Pokemon, so I really like it. Same as the 4 copies of Mega Turbos. We really need to have as fast as possible acceleration, so 4 Mega Turbos makes a lot of sense. Same as 1 copy of Professor's Leather, because running only 7 energies might be a little bit of problem. So with Professor's Leather I can simply search them and discard them if I really need, so I can use the Mega Turbo, or I can simply use 2 of them and attach 1 of them and discard second one to use Mega Turbo. 1 copy of Super Rod, always good to have. At least 1. Brock's Wraith would be also nice, but it's a portal card, so I decided better to give the advantage to the Super Rod. 4 copies of Trainers Mails, Ultra Balls, and VA Seekers as usual in my builds. And then Stadium Decision, of course, T-Magma Secret Base ×4. Whenever any player put a basic Pokemon, expect T-Magma Pokemon from his or her hand on the bench, you can put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So very strong Stadium, to be honest, no doubt about it. Hex Maniac ×1. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, each Pokemon in play will not have abilities. That also applies for the Pokemon in the discard pile and in their hand. So Hex Maniac can help a lot, especially against decks like decks that actually run Baby Mews, because Baby Mew can go for the 1-hit knockout, but if you play Hex Maniac, he's not going to be able to use the advantage of the Mew. So I kind of like the Hex Maniac. Also 1 copy of Lysandre, switch one of your opponent bench Pokemon his or her active Pokemon. Original build actually had 2 Lysandres, but I somehow forced myself to play 40 Magma Secret Base instead of 2 Lysandres. I don't know why, but I also have Escape Rope, so that's the reason why I simply want to have that Team Magma Secret Base turn 1 in play, so I can take the max advantage against my opponent. 3 copies of N, 1 copy of Pokemon Ranger. Probably a lot of you should gonna ask why you play Pokemon Ranger. Well, that's simply because of the Devolution-EX. Unfortunately, it's so annoying card, and also Regis might be annoying, so that's the reason why Pokemon Ranger makes a lot of sense. But to be honest, on the other side, if I face even a Devolution-EX, and if that deck actually have Rough Seas, I probably would not have a good chance against it, but since I'm running 40 Magma Secret Base, I at least can win a Stadium War, so somehow evolving my Mega Alakazams, I can probably take the knockout against that Crystal Ray Glacier, but it would take the ages. On the other side, I can also attack him with a Portal Strike or with my Hoopa, a Hyperspace Fury, but still, those attacks require actually 3 energies and needs to be attached from 3 different turns, so yeah, it's going to be a pain in the ass to use that attack. 4 copies of Professor Sycamore discount hand drop 7 cards, 1 copy of Skyla, simply to search deck for any trainer card, so I like it. I like a lot Skyla. I simply play Skyla in all of my Mega Evolution decks. It can help a lot, same as the 3 Alakazam Spiritlings. Even 4 would be good, simply because we really need them. So we can have that Mega Alakazam as fast as possible, but then if you're gonna play 4 of them, you're not gonna have space for some other good cards and text, so yeah, 3 of them as a sweet spot, same as 1 copy of Float Stone, so for the further treat, and 7 Psychic Energies. 7 energies might seem like a little bit crazy and a little bit too low, but to be honest, it works pretty good. It works pretty good even with 7 energies. So if you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on ccgcastle.com. TCG Center 5 code will also provide you with 5% discount on your first purchase, so make sure to check that. Also, if you're looking to trade your bulk for the upcoming Sun and Moon set, you can definitely do that. So Silverbucks can be traded for 1,400 cards. Check the link in my video description for more information you need to know. So let's do some games so you can actually see this deck in action, so see you in the game. Alright, so in today's video, playing with the Mega Alakazam-EX. Very interesting deck, definitely to play in the standard format. Probably many of you would like to play it, but you simply don't know how. The lack of Dimension Wally and maybe even Mystery Energy might make this deck a little bit slower and not that good as it should be. But still, I think how it actually have a tons of potential. This is just my personal opinion. So, not gonna start first, so unfortunately for me I'm gonna be in a tiny disadvantage because I won't be able to play my Team Magma Secret Base, and my opponent already managed to set up a lot of his... Oh, actually I'm starting first, so... Alright, still I'm gonna play Team Magma Secret Base, just because it won't change too many things here, and I'm gonna be able to set up for 2. Well, there's Professor's Leather. Definitely I'm gonna get myself some of the energy cards so I can throw them out. Passimian. Passimian is on the other side. Well, let's just attach that energy to the Hoopa, simply because why not? And after that, this is gonna be it. So, definitely not the best start for me. No sign of the Alakazam so far to play, but I hope I'm gonna fix that pretty quick. There is 1 Ultra Ball, and this is gonna be first Pokemon for my opponent on the bench. If it's gonna be Passimian, it's definitely gonna be okay. Simply because it's gonna take some damage counters. Actually, it's Mew. Alright. Mew can easily be knocked out with Hyperspace Punch and with my Absol Cursed Eye. So 1 end from my opponent will mean that I'm gonna take 6 new cards. Oh, look at this! 3 copies of Spurtlings with Mega Alakazam. This hurt me a lot, simply because I don't see the sign of the Alakazam. Alright, so this is gonna be double piece of puzzle for my opponent, or actually just a single one. Alright. Not a big deal. As long as I'm not gonna be knocked out third one, I'm gonna be happy, because next turn I can simply spread some damage counters around the board. Oh, what a nice top deck for me. I simply couldn't ask for the better top deck. And so we'll draw 6 new cards, and finally I'm gonna find first Alakazam here. Alright, so 1 energy to be attached to my Alakazam. If I want to play my Absol right now, I can simply switch 3 damage counters. Do I want to do that? I can knock out one of his Mews, but those Mews can also be knocked out from my Alakazam, so I'm gonna just use my Hyperspace Punch. And we'll spread 2 damage counters to his bench at Passimians. Really need to be very smart and very cautious here, because simply my opponent can... oh, there's an Asball. And that Passimian won't take damage counters from my Team Magma Secret Base, simply because it's not placed from the hand, it was from the effect of the Asball. So Trainers Mail for nothing, there's 1 Fighting Fury Bell for that Mew. I was waiting for the Fighting Fury Bell, to be honest, simply because after I saw that Mew, I simply need that patient. So I was know that he's gonna probably attach a Fighting Fury Bell to one of these Mews. There is 1 Fighting Energy. My opponent does not even have a double Color's Energy. This is very bad. This is very bad, because he can snipe 30 to one of my bench of Pokemons, but that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna take 3 damage counters to my Mega Alakazam. Yeah, I don't see reason why I wouldn't play my Absol right now, and why I wouldn't simply move some damage counters from Passimian down to the Mew. Then I'm also gonna attach energy to my Alakazam. After that I'm gonna play my Team Magma Secret Base, and then I'm gonna use my Instruct for 1, so I might get lucky with maybe Mega Alakazam. Nope, just another Alakazam for me. And this is gonna be 1 more Hyperspace Punch. Oh, I didn't play my Hex Maniac, never mind. So 2 more damage counters to each Mew on the bench. So each Mew on the bench took some damage counters, didn't play Mew, didn't play my Hex Maniac, but it's not that bad, simply because, to be honest, if I can top deck maybe Ultra Ball, I can still discard both of these cards from my hand. But if it's not going to be Ultra Ball, well, then it's definitely a mistake. Well, speaking about mistakes, this is going to be probably Retreat and the Knockout against my Hoopa. But okay, Hoopa definitely did a good job. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna promote my Alakazam, and I'm gonna hope to find maybe nice top deck. Well, top deck is pretty decent. He have 9 damage counters. He have 6 damage counters, which means if I simply want to, well, no doubt about it, Hex Maniac is gonna be played, and I'm gonna play my Suppression, which is gonna be more than enough to knock out that Mew. I'm gonna grab 1 prize. If I played my Hex Maniac turn before, he would not be able to knock out my Hoopa. So that was also a mistake, but right now he actually needs to promote Mew, and that Mew will not be able to copy simply Passimian attack. So if he wants to knock me out, he definitely needs to attach double course energy to one of his Passimians. Speaking about attaching energy to Passimian, I didn't even see that he decided to grab that double course energy from prize cards. And there's 1 Professor Sycamore. Alright, so Bursting Balloon, interesting. And my turn. That's pretty damn good. Especially because I have V-Seeker sitting in my hand, so I can go for something like a V-Seeker and N, or I can simply decide to knocks out one of his Mews, of course, and spread also some damage counters to the bench of Basimia. There we go. I'm gonna have 210 HP, which means that I need to take 160 damage counters. To take 160, he simply need to have 4 Basimians on his bench with the Fighting Fury Belt and Professor Kukui. And that would be 150. Still one huge Sycamore for 7, and I'm definitely better at advantage. I don't know why he simply didn't play that special charge to recycle double course energy back through his deck. Very weird call from my opponent, but there's a double course energy at least. And I'm sitting on 2 copies of Mega Turbos. Something like a Spirit Link as the top deck is my dream top deck, to be honest. And I would really love to see Spirit Link as the top deck, or at least maybe Trainers Mail for the top deck. So yeah, definitely playing Devolution Spray would not help me. That's for sure. But what will help me is gonna be Devolution Spray and 1 Mega Turbo for that Ultra Ball, and I can simply grab myself Shaymin-EX and drop some extra resources here. Speaking about some extra resources, I'm searching for that Spirit Link and maybe second Mega Alakazam. Well, Spirit Link is here, Energy is here, Trainer's Mail for another Spirit Link or Devolution Spray. It's definitely not hard to grab that Devolution Spray. I'm gonna just knocks out his Basimian here, but before I do that, I'm also gonna play that N. Not good as it should be, but still will help a lot. After that, time to play my Secret Base and also Trainer's Mail. Trainer's Mail for the V-Seeker, just to have it for the next turn. Really want to be 100% positive that I will have enough resources for something. Zen Force is more than enough for the knockout because Basimia is actually weak. And I'm taking 1 prize here, which is gonna be a Ultra Ball. Alright. So, right now Basimian can go for the knockout. Any of his Basimians is a big threat for me. Since I have that Ultra Ball in my hand, I'm gonna be able simply to Mega Evolve next turn, of course, if N not happen. Also, I'm gonna be able to play my Oranguru, Instruct. I wish I can somehow move my Absol from the bench up to my hand and put it down to the bench again, but I simply can't. So teammates for any 2 cards. Probably for a double course energy, but I think this is the last double course energy for my opponent. Alright, so 1 Super Rod. Oh, those Mews are actually huge threat. Mews are actually so big threat right now that probably I'm gonna lose this at the end thanks to the Mew. Okay. At least I have my Professor Sycamore and the V-Seeker in my hand. I'm gonna get myself Mega Alakazam. And I think that for me personally, the best decision right now would be to use V-Seeker for the Hex Maniac. I don't know why, but this is the best option because probably Mew is gonna be threat. It's gonna be threat for sure. Once he can get Mew roll, that's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be very dangerous. So I'm gonna play that Hex Maniac when I can. We'll use that Zen Force, which is going to be more than enough for the knockout. And I'm just managed to get Hoopa. What I really need is Super Rod, but Super Rod is already discarded. I don't have another attacker in place, so that's very close game. So there's one double course energy, and of course is going to be, oh, Pokemon Catcher. Unfortunately, Tails. I still don't know why my opponent keep promoting those Bassimians with the energy in front. However, this is going to be a Lysandre play, maybe down to my Shaymin, or maybe if he decides to go for a Shaymin, he can't max out with the single shot Shaymin, which can actually help me to escape from that position. Since I have Skyla, I have opportunity to take any trainer card from my deck. Still, he can go for like 70 minus 20. That's 50. So I'm gonna need strong top deck. There we go, team play for 50. Okay, still kind of confused, but however, time to play that Hoopa on the bench to pick up that Alakazam. Both Devolution Spray already played. I think I'm gonna take the risk with the end for that energy. I'm not seeing energy yet, but I have Instruct for one more card. Oh no. Again, no sign of the energy, so I should better go with my Skyla for... I don't know. It would be the same, even if I go with the Skyla for Escape Rope. Okay, so right now Shaymin is gonna be knocked out. After that, he simply needs that Mew and a double course energy, but he already had Mew. And he had 3 double course energies in his discard pile, and I simply don't see the sign of the special charge, because in that rage he simply discarded both copies of the special charges without playing them. Maybe I'm gonna see actually a miracle here from my opponent's side. I don't know, maybe he simply have that last remaining card that he actually needs for this piece of puzzle. However, I have my V-Seeker for Hex Maniac, and of course I'm gonna play the Hex Maniac, and of course I'm gonna use my Zen Force, which is gonna be more than enough for the knockout against his Bassimia. So I can get myself a prize, which is a Ultra Ball. And for the next turn, of course, I have that Lysandre sitting in hand, which will be enough to knock out his Bassimia and take the victory here. Only thing that can actually save him right now is some kind of the V-Seeker for the Lysandre. But even if he played that Lysandre, he simply can't buy a time because he's down to 1 remaining card left. And yeah, he just decided to concede, so that's the GG, my friends.